I called him an outlier earlier. Big round of applause, standing ovation.
Absolutely, standing ovation.
He personifies. Let's stand an ovation right here, Horace. We got to stand up for this one.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
He personifies what the spirit of hip-hop has always been about, at least the way I learned it. Mm-hmm. It was always about self-expression and individuality.
Yeah.
It was always about being dope in your own way.
Big facts.
You could take influence from other people, but you had to remix it and make it yours.
That's hip-hop.
That's hip-hop. He did it his own way. He stood out. He went against the grain, and some people even knocked him for it. But he stayed on his square and remained himself. And in 2025, decades later, his first album came out in 1989.
That's crazy.
I know this for a fact, citizens. We started working on the radio in 1990. One of the first people we played was this man because he symbolized an era and a generation at that time that was progressive and unique in its own self. When you think about when his first album came out, Kwame the Boy Genius, you also had Big Daddy Kane put out an album that year. Queen Latifah put out an album that year. BDP, Boogie Down Productions, put out an album that year. Edutainment. LL Cool J put out an album that year. And he put out his De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising. And that's when the native tongue era really started to multiply and really started to spread out wide. And that's when a whole new generation of kids were coming up, and they were okay with themselves wearing baggy pants or wearing vintage shirts or cutting their hair in, isometric styles or doing all of these different things. And he was right at the center of it, at the Mecca. I want to say salute to you.
Thank you.
Kwame.
Thank you.
Kwame.
Thank you.
Kwame is in the building.
Thank you.
There you go, Purple.
Yes.
Love
Look
it.
at him, man. I'd be remiss if I didn't start with how good you look.
Yes.
Thank you.
Man, bro.
I did some push-ups this morning.
Okay. All right.
I drank some water, and I hit the highway and came over here, man. Thank y'all for having me.
You came by yourself,
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah, man. Nah, we had to.
Oh yeah, I roll alone. Like I don't.
You don't do that, huh?
Nah,
You've been through that, huh?
Nah, I don't do all that. I just in and out. I'm a ninja.
In and out, man. You've done a lot for the culture, man.
Thank you.
And I want to talk about that today. Congratulations on your new project. It's your first album you've done in 25 years.
Yeah, don't remind me.
25 years, Kwesi. You hear that? 25 years ago, what you were like? What was you? All right, you ain't even going. All right, 25.
She's like, I ain't even want to talk about it.
She might have been 4.
First album in 25 years. What's the regiment you keep, man? Your skin looks great.
Yep.
You're in good shape. What is it that you? What's your regiment, Kwame?
Well, my regiment is it's a real thing. Like for real. Like I think about it every day and I practice every day. One, stress free. Like I refuse to allow something to get to me that I cannot control. You know what I'm saying? Like you in traffic.
Yeah.
You didn't start this traffic. You late for something, you in traffic, you left on time. You may have left early, but the traffic's there, you stressing out in the car. I can't control that. Why am I going to stress this out? Or even if somebody's energy is coming at you any kind of way and it stresses you out, remove yourself. Always remove yourself from stress because stress is the number one killer, period.
Yeah.
Of all people, stress is the number one killer. Sugar is the second number one killer.
Okay.
I'm trying to work on that.
All right.
Because
Okay.
I like candy.
Okay. Damn.
Not alone.
You like candy, dog?
I tried my best to not
What you like
eat
now
sugar.
laters? Old school candy? Or?
Gummy bears. But I try to keep away from that. So in the home, there's no sugary anything. There's only water. I got the most boring home in the world. So there's only water. There's no snacks. There's none of that. None of those temptations that could bust you up.
Yeah.
And I think the philosophy is being in entertainment, I guess, and being of a certain age. I think people of our generation look to us. They look at us. And if we take care of themselves, it gives them hope to take care of themselves.
All right.
If we fall off, it makes them say either, damn, I must be doing good because homie doing bad, or it makes them feel older than what they actually are. So I just try to be conscious about, and then my mom saw me out here looking raggedy. She
She'll
throw
get
a
up.
shoe at my back of my head, boop, and just knock me out.
I love this life philosophy. You brought up your mom. We actually have a caller from South Carolina that want to tell a story about your mom.
Oh, I thought you was
Oh,
gonna be my
wow.
mom. I was
No,
like,
no,
wait,
that would have been dope, right? You would have been like, how'd you do that, Swag?
I just got off the phone with my mom like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, wait, hold on. You said South Carolina. I was like, oh.
Brandon, say what up to Kwame,
What up,
man.
B?
What up, Brandon?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, family? First time caller, long time listener.
Hey.
Hey, what's up,
Let's
man?
get it.
I just want to say real quick, the first time
Welcome to the Cypher.
I entered it,
Yes.
we appreciate it. First time I stepped into therapy was in 2009, and the first person I met was this sweet lady by the name of Miss Carol Drew Peoples. And
Yes.
we always had these warm experiences, and she was always talking to me about being more conscious. And one of the stories that probably goes along with what she was saying to me is that when Malcolm X's house was firebombed, they took him and his family to your grandparents' house. And so I thought that was like the coolest thing. I don't know if many people know that about you and your family, but I thought it was the coolest thing, you know.
Yeah, brother Malcolm lived on my block. I lived on a block 97th Street in a neighborhood called East Elmhurst, Queens, and my grandparents lived on 94th Street. I wasn't born at the time, mind you, but when his house was bombed, yes, they took him around the corner to my grandfather's house. Yep.
Wow.
I'm surprised. I never told that story ever. Never, ever. Never said anything.
So your folks were close with Malcolm and his family.
Yeah, my grandfather was a newspaper publisher, and he helped Malcolm start his paper, Muhammad Speaks, and they were close.
Did they discuss Malcolm to you at all when you were growing up, when you finally were born? Did they ever mention that relationship?
Not really.
Yeah.
Like here and there. I think Malcolm. On one end, my father was a devout Muslim. And we had Malcolm X records, Malcolm X books, and it was a thing. It was like, living on this particular block, seeing the home that he lived in was, it was a daily thing. It wasn't like a special experience. It was like, you got to walk past the house to get to the stores. It was one of those things. And then my father made sure that he would take me to Harlem and show me the Audubon Ballroom and show me where he was killed. And those experiences is part of the fabric of my growing up. It was just it wasn't a daily thing. We didn't have Black History class in school or anything. My parents were the Black History teachers, so and it didn't land on just Martin Luther King or NAACP or anything like that. We went deep into Black Panther and into to all different aspects of the Black liberation. So So I'm just
wow, Brandon, and you tune into our show. Look at this full circle moment right here, bro.
Crazy.
Wow,
dropping
no
gems.
doubt, man. I appreciate your production too and your music.
Yeah, thank you, man. And you know what, Brandon? I wanna thank you for acknowledging my mom. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that you said that because when you said you went into therapy, my mother worked at a church-based therapy place, and we never really talked about it. That was just her job, and she would come home and and we just go into Kwame, go to the store and give me some chicken, like something. It wasn't anything like, but Brandon, it's funny that you said that because you're the second person this week that's approached me about how my mother interacted with them in the therapy session at the therapy place. So,
wow.
And I didn't even tell my mother yet, so now she's going to be all gassed up.
Man. I might have to interview her.
Don't do it. She will talk your brains off.
I love it, man. Brandon, thanks for your call,
Thank
man.
you, Brandon.
You're a super citizen.
That's way in the morning.
When you were coming up, I'm going to get into your upbringing because you were a young star. Like, you were 16 when your album came out, but that is not when you start producing. And growing up with your mom in that home, you know, and growing up in that neighborhood, you grow up around Herbie Love Bug, who is at that time probably one of the top producers in the game, producing I think Salt and Pepper, Dana Dane, Kid and Play,
Sweet Tea,
Antoinette. Herbie was that guy, right?
Yeah, man. Herbie is the term super producer was coined under Herbie, and then everybody, you know, and it's funny, you know, you would see, you don't think about the effect of what you're doing. This weekend, I'm not going on a tangent, I promise. This weekend, we all got honored at the National Hip Hop Museum in Washington D.C.
Congratulations!
So, thank you,
absolutely, man.
Come on. It was myself, Kid and Play, Herbie Love Bug, Sweet Tea, Antoinette, and other people that were heavily involved, like Stevie O, Herbie's little brother, was heavily involved. Our engineer, Andre DeBorg, was involved. The producer, Ron Amon-Ra Lawrence, were all involved. It's a very surreal thing because these are all kids in the neighborhood. And like literally, if I lived on 97th, Eric B was on 96. Kid from Kid and Play was on 93rd. You go up around the block.
Wow.
Then you have DJ Wiz 1 block over from me. And then you go down the block and I'm at my grandmother's house. And right next to my grandmother is Herbie's house. And around the corner from that is Play. Then you go up the block a couple of minutes and then there's Cool G Rap and then DJ Polo.
Oh my gosh.
You got Psycho Les from the Beat Nuts. All of these people are in this neighborhood. But the core of us, and then you have people coming into the neighborhood to hang out. So LL's over at Herbie's house. Then here comes Sweet Tea. You have these artists. Dana Dane comes through from Brooklyn, and all of these artists are in this small pocket, and even smaller, in this one house at any given time. Like, and it's not like a mansion. It's not like a fly brownstone.
Right.
It's just a regular house. Herbie has he had 4 siblings in the home. So Herbie had the attic. So we had to walk up 2 flights of stairs and everybody in this hot attic with drum machines or whatever. And then it transferred into the basement or into the garage. And, you know, for a lot of them, because I think I was the only one separate and apart, meaning like there was no production done for me there, but for everybody else, a lot of hip hop history was just made with kids just hanging around doing stuff. And I don't think people understand how magical that was at that time, because all of those historical records came out.
And all those people became hip hop. Every person you name.
Yeah, and
became a legend.
And you don't think about it like that. Just imagine all of us are just in a room, and we see each other every day, and we do this every day. And then 30 years later, we got to stand up there at some museum, and somebody giving you an award for it, and you're just like, "Oh, these are the guys we was playing. We was having rock fights with in the
Was
garage
it
or whatever."
competitive though? Was it competitive?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Well, it wasn't competitive from my perspective because I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
So Kid, Play, Herbie, Salt, Pepper, they're minimum 6 to 8 years older than me. So it's more like, you know, it's like the best way to tell it, if I'm at my grandmother's house, I'm living at my grandmother's house at the time, Steve, Herbie's brother, will call me and like, Salt and Pepper's over here. And it'll be like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday, and I just and it's 2 degrees outside. I'll be like, I gotta walk the dog, and I go outside and I walk the dog, tie the dog up. Animal cruelty. I have this dog freezing in front of Herbie's house, just so I can be in the mix, or I'll get an intel. Dana Dane's coming today. He's getting off the train at around like 2 o'clock. So I walk 10 blocks up to the 7 train and just wait for Dana. And I'm like a 13-year-old kid, and here comes my hero, getting off the train, just, you know, regular, and I'm following. Hey, Dana, I got a rap. I got some new stories for you. You know, and I was that kid.
Yeah.
You know, I was just wanted to be in the aura of these older kids, just trying to figure it out.
Did you ever? I heard a story that when Herbie would leave town, his brother would call you, and you would go to his house and steal his drum machine.
Thievery. Pure thievery. Stole the 808, stole the Oberheim DX, then stole the SP12, 1200.
These are all very expensive items at that time.
Like if anybody knows these machines that I'm naming, like now these are worth tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah. But back then, you know, Herbie was the one that was bringing these things home. Like, you know, and I'm not trying to put Herbie on blast. It's not a blast thing, but you have to understand you're around somebody on a daily basis, right? He does a school project. The school project is he's in an audio engineering class. In the school project, he makes a record. That record is Salt and Pepper's first single. Yep. They had their names were Supernature. Their names wasn't even Salt and Pepper. Their names was Supernature. Had a song called The Showstoppers, dissing Dougie and Slick Rick for the show. It was just a project for school.
Yeah.
That record becomes a hit. Mm-hmm. Herbie is driving a 1979 orange Datsun. That when you're driving, you can see the ground. You can see the floor in the driving. Things are held together by silver duct tape. And he's driving Salt and Pepper to the Latin Quarters and Union Square, and they're doing these big shows, but it's still just, and you know, I'm sneaking out. I'm getting in the back seat, fearing for my life in this car, and you're seeing this thing happen in real time, and now there's like Lifetime movies about it, whatever. Yeah. But it's like for me as a little kid, I'm like, yo, it didn't go like that, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was like these are happening in real time, and then the light bulb moment was one summer, Herbie disappeared. Right? He just disappeared for the whole summer. And then he came back, cherry red Benz 190E, mouth full of gold teeth, truck jewelry everywhere. I'm talking about, you know how Ghostface has that big bird?
That bird, that eagle.
Herbie had that, like, bigger than that. Like, it was like crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, Herb, what did you do? He said, oh, man, I'm a producer. Soon as he said that, I was like, psh, that's it. I know what I'm going to be when I grow up, because there ain't no way I'm not going to have that bird on my arm.
So Herbie saying that is what influenced you to produce.
I didn't know what quote unquote being a producer was. You know what I'm saying? I understood it, but didn't understand it, because my heroes, outside of my rap heroes, my heroes are Stevie Wonder and Prince. Yep. So when I'm looking at a Stevie Wonder album and I'm looking at a Prince album, on the back, I read everything. I'm reading the lyrics, I'm reading where it was recorded, who engineered it, everything. So it would say written, produced, performed, and recorded by Prince, Stevie Wonder. So in my mind, I see all those titles. I think, well, if I'm going to be an artist, I got to do all that. But I don't know the mechanics behind all that. I don't know. All right, yeah, I know how to make beats. I know how to put it together and make a song. But am I producing? I don't know that yet at 13, 14 years old. I just know that I'm making something.
Yeah.
You know, the way I started making beats was I would play the drums and I'd put it on tape, and then I would tape me playing the drums onto another tape, and then I play the keyboards, and then now I got drums and keyboards. And then I would scratch on it and then play that tape back and scratch on that, and then I would rhyme, and you know, and I'm putting these together, but this is something that I'm just doing in my basement, not knowing exactly what I was doing. I figured that's amazing. What I had to do it.
Heather, you wanted us to play what song from back in the day?
The Rhythm.
The Rhythm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was your joint.
So I have a question. Did you ever live in Jersey City?
I lived in West Orange, New Jersey.
In West Orange, New Jersey.
And South Orange.
In South Orange, New Jersey.
But I'd be in Jersey City all the time.
Okay.
I watched the fireworks in Jersey City on 4th of
You
July.
solved about a 30-year mystery for me and my producer at the time, Kenny Parker.
Okay.
So one day we were on a PATH train and we were just starting out. Like this might have been 1990. You know, we're headed to the studio trying to link with Chris, KRS-One. And we think we see you on the PATH train in Jersey sometime in the 90s in Jersey. So
Probably.
we're staring. Like, I mean, it's awkward staring. And then you, or at least we think it was you staring back, but you don't say anything and we don't say anything. And I was
I don't know if I was there. I was probably daydreaming because I'm a weirdo. So
But
I
we
probably
don't
looked
know-
like I was there.
but we don't know if we were weird too, because it's like, did he look up? Did he look up? Now, you know when you think you recognize somebody, and it's like, yo, I just want to go over there and go, hola, hey. I'm wilding in my mind. But I realized at that moment, it was like, yo, it's just like you said, you see this person in this natural element that you're used to getting on the train and going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I've never seen you since, this is my first time seeing you since that point.
Yeah.
30 years possibly. And to watch everything that you have done, to watch how your manner and how you handle things in this weird world we live in called
Yeah.
hip hop is something to be studied. And I want to just say that to you.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
You have been on your square and did what you needed to do in the midst of it all. And it has been beautiful to turn something around and read your name and see you as that producer, that
Oh, wow.
writer,
Thank you.
all of those things from that moment I first made contact with you on the train. So
Yeah.
thank you. And yes, we listened to the rhythm and all of those songs. It was on repeat. But
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
love and respect you, brother.
And I still get on the PATH train.
I love and respect you, but now I know when I'm back
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Jersey,
yeah.
if I see you on the PATH train, it won't be that
Yeah,
awkward
if it was
moment.
around like 90, 91,
One.
I was definitely in South Orange. So if I was taking the PATH, yeah, I'll probably take the
Take
PATH.
the
and-
path
yeah.
to head over to Newark to go
yeah,
to get on it. No, that's absolutely. But
280 West.
280 West, I know what you're talking about when you say that energy and that aura. He was on TV. He was making records. This was where we were trying to be. I'm trying to get to the studio to meet
Yeah.
KRS-One. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that energy was real. And just thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Qua-
Thank you. I'm glad I wasn't a jerk on the train or anything.
No,
like that.
you were
I'm
just.
not a jerk though. I'm
You could have been soup back then.
Nah,
was,
nah,
Back
nah,
then,
nah.
you could have been though. You could have.
You know what? I had two extremely humbling moments that stopped me from ever being a jerk early. One was MC Hammer. One of the most humbling moments ever. So being from New York cats would not mess with MC Hammer because when he came out, he was dissing Run DMC. He said something,
From
not
Dougie
really
Fresh
dissing.
to LL
Yeah.
to DJ, but it wasn't really
Yeah,
a
but
diss.
New York's is so sensitive,
Yeah,
man.
it wasn't a
It
diss.
wasn't a diss. It wasn't, but New Yorkers were sensitive. And
I think I was in Ringham or something.
New York people were so on their lyrical stuff. Anything outside of that, New Yorkers was kind of like,
Respect, yeah.
we don't know. So I just came out. My album probably didn't sell aluminum. Like it wasn't anything. And it was the Boy Genius and my radio rep at the time. We walk into the radio station and Hammer's in the booth doing an interview. And he was like, when you see Hammer, congratulate him because he just went, I think, double platinum.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, man, I ain't saying nothing. Man, MC Hammer, blah, blah, blah. And I don't even know him. And I didn't even necessarily dislike the music.
Yeah.
I just was on my New York
shit.
stuff. I'm 17, popping off in my brain. I didn't say it out loud, but I'm like, man, I ain't saying nothing to him. And so MC Hammer came out. And when he walked out the room, he saw me. He literally got on his knees, bowed down, and was like, yo, we love you in the Bay.
Ain't that something?
We love you, Kwame.
Ain't that
That's Hammer.
something?
We love you, man. And I was like, I love you too, MC Hammer. I was like, yo, and because I was never raised to be like that.
Right,
And I
right.
was putting an aura on my back that was not me. And from that moment on, I was like, nah.
Bro.
We're never gonna be unhuman
again, right?
Again. Period.
MC Hammer, give that man a round of
Yeah.
applause.
What was the
Shouts to-
second one?
The second one,
Look, I wanted the other
Yo,
one.
yo, Heather's so nosy.
No, he said
He
two.
did say two.
I'm just listening.
I was, like I said, I'm a loner. Like I'm literally, I like to roll alone. I'm, for the most part, and I don't, and I know when you're like a quote unquote different kid, you don't know how people are gonna perceive you when they meet you. So sometimes you play the back. Sometimes you hit a corner and you don't really say anything until you know what the vibe is gonna be. So I was on a Public Enemy tour, and same thing, same vibe. I didn't know Flav and Chuck. I didn't know any of them, and I just thought that I got put on a tour because my records was doing well at the point, and I just figured they just put me on a tour because it helped sell some tickets. That's all I thought. But I didn't know if, and especially the vast contrast of Public Enemy and Kwame.
Yeah.
I was automatically thinking they probably not even going to rock with me like that. So I just didn't say nothing to anybody. I just walked in the room, and here come Flav. Yo, Kwame, man, we wanted you on this tour so bad. And here comes Chuck. Man, we couldn't wait for you to be on this tour with us. Da-da-da-da. And I'm like, here I go again. Like, when are you going to learn this lesson?
Yeah.
When are you going to learn, man? It's not. Stop thinking the worst all the time. Stop. And it's also a expression of self. Don't think of yourself in a lower way, and you don't think of yourself as better than anybody either. But at the same time, like, yo, man, just walk in, say what's up. Everybody's people. We're all people. Just say what's up and have fun. You know what I'm saying? And from those two points, and I'm glad they happened within months of each other.
Yeah.
Put me on my square and kept me there. And I'm like, nah, nobody's, I'm not trying to, So if anybody was like, yo, Quam's a jerk, I must have been having, I don't know. There's no way. There's just no way in
After
the world.
those experiences,
Yeah.
right?
So if anybody thought I was a jerk, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I probably got a bad text from somebody or
That
whatever.
day, right?
That second.
Listen, it's interesting that Hammer told you that because, I'm from the Bay. Listen,
Yeah.
I told you, King Tech and I, we came on the radio in 1990.
Yeah.
Right? And so that Only You song that we started off with featuring
Tasha Lambert.
Yeah. That was the blue.
Oh, now Mabry. She's
Okay,
married.
maybe. Okay, so that was a blueprint because in 1990 you didn't have a lot of rap playing on mainstream radio and daytime day parts.
Yes.
It was all late night.
Can I speak on that for a second?
Please.
So Only You was a social experiment.
Okay.
Only You was not supposed to happen. It was a social experiment. One, I wrote and produced it for. I wrote and produced that record for Vanessa Williams because I thought she was gonna be my sugar mama or something.
You know what?
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I was like, if I write and produce this for Vanessa Williams, she just might let me.
So she's gonna be your sugar mama.
She was much older than me, so I was like, yo, hey, I'm 18, man. I'm just trying to figure it out. So I'm like, I can meet, and I was told Vanessa Williams is looking for a record. I was like, oh man, I'll make this. I'm gonna write these rhymes, and I'm gonna be the guest on the record. And then that didn't work out. The record kind of was a little bit skewed, a little bit more R&B at the time. So, but it was happening in real time. So that didn't work out. So I pivoted, put another verse on it, and then my thing was, I don't know if y'all were doing it. Well, you said that they were doing it, but in on the East Coast and a lot of southern places, most of the radio stations would have something called a no rap work day.
Yeah.
And they would literally say from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. We will not play that rap crap. Y'all can have a peaceful work day. You can have a peaceful ride to work. You can have a peaceful ride home, and you will not have to hear that rap crap. They were literally saying this.
Rap crap.
Yep.
That's what they said.
And they were like, but we know that the kids listen to the radio after 9, so we'll play the rap after 9. But we're not going to have a no rap work day. But then I would hear certain records still getting played. And I was like, yo, I want to wake up in the morning. I want to hear my record. simple as that. Two things. And my mother was like, "Can you make a record that I could dance to?" Like, all right.
Okay.
So it was like, all right, it's a faster record. It's singing in it. It's rapping in it. It's not too lyrical or anything like that. This gotta be able to get played at 9:00 in the morning. Like that was mainly what it was.
Your motivation, right?
That was it. I just wanted to be able to. I wanted to be heard with everybody else because the only time, like you were telling me earlier, the only time a rapper was heard, they had to be a guest on an R&B record.
That's right.
Why can't an R&B record be a guest on my record?
And
you know what I'm saying?
In radio at that time, the labels had to make two versions.
Yeah.
The version with the verses on it and
Yep.
the version without the rap on it.
Yep.
And that's how that song came to be.
Yeah.
That song became a blueprint for people to get rap hybrid records
Yeah,
played
features.
in main day parts.
Yep.
And you should get credit for that.
Oh, well, thank
Okay, give it up for my man
yeah.
Kwame
Thank
right
you.
here.
Social experiments at work.
So the different kids, that's what it's all about. You
Yeah.
always been different, right? You always, the way you style yourself, the way you dress.
Yep. Polka Dots Era.
The Polka Dot Era, and even
Yeah.
Big, we know Big made that one-liner
Yeah,
about
yeah.
played out like Kwame Polka Dots, but I swear it may seem like people thought, well, that must be the end, but I see things differently. I see it like, what was the gain in that?
I think like I have no like malice toward
Yeah.
him, while he was here. Like there's nothing. It was a record. It's hip hop.
What's a line?
If you exist in hip hop, there's always a potential target on your back.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how hip hop is.
But personally, what did you do with that?
Well, I think personally is this. This is it. It showed me how people are, and it gave me a wake up call to how people are. Because, as an artist, how could you go from rocking with me all this time? You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with you. You rocking with me, and because another wave comes in. And the wave is turning, and it was not just him. You could just see it on people.
Yeah.
It was like people stopped dancing, people stopped having fun after a while, and the wave turned into this extra, I call it the grimy 90s, and the beats got harder. Everything was, it just was different.
Yeah.
And when you see that wave come, it made me realize that in entertainment, you got to take it one day, one record at a time, because people may show you love, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's actual love. And I'm such a purist, you know what I'm saying? Like hip hop is pure to me, you know what I'm saying? It's a part of me. It's an element of me, is in my DNA. So doing it and receiving love for it, a lot of times I'm like, this got to be real.
Yeah.
I'm giving love, I'm getting love. This is real. So imagine it, so you feel it like it's in a home, like you're in a home full of people that love you, and then you walk in one day and then nobody likes you in the house because somebody across the street said he ain't dope no more.
Yeah.
So you walk back into your house and nobody love you. You be like, yo, what was that about? And so that was the first. I think you go through phases of things.
Yeah.
And I think that was the phase that I went through for a minute. And I was like, I gotta not think about it as black and white as that either. You gotta, it's like the ocean, man. You gotta go. Sometimes it's rough water, sometimes it's smooth waters. You gotta just build a better boat.
Yeah.
and keep it going.
Word.
And so, so everybody needs a beat, everybody needs some lyrics, everybody, so it's like, let me just
K1 Million.
Yeah, put this on my boat and keep rowing. And that was that. It was, no more, no less.
Now, I loved it because I think, too, one of the things I don't think people realize was your production prowess.
Yeah.
Your producer name, was it K1 Million?
Yeah, well, K1 Million, that was a producer name because, and it goes back to the deeper psyche. I want to give a shout to, ironically, like a Hitman, a Bad Boy producer, one of the Hitmen, Ron Lawrence, who, like I said, grew up on my block. He produced Hypnotized. He produced Money, Power, Respect. There's a lot of records that Ron is a part of. And so Ron, while I was just trying to get my grip back, Ron would be like, he believed in me. And he was like, yo, man, these beats, because I'm trying to come back out, you know, and he's like, yo, but these beats are incredible. We can sell these beats. I was like, yeah, you think you can sell them? Go on, try it. And literally like a week later, he said, okay, we got 4. I'm like, what you mean 4? We just sold 3 to LL and 1 to Mary J. Blige. I'm like, wait, what?
Wow.
Yo, I'm super broke at this time.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I'm floating on prayer and air. I'm like, and I'm like, wait, what do you mean? He said, yeah, 3 on LL, so 2 on LL's album. The album's called 10.
Yep.
And he did a children's book. And it was like he rhymed. It was a song called The Winner. And so 3 on LL, 1 on Mary J. Blige. But he was like, yo, man, I'm sorry to tell you, I think your name is kind of trash out there, but you got to figure it out. What we going to do? And I was just like, I was joking around. I was like, well, I'm in here like a machine, man. I'm just making 1 million beats a day. Call me K1 Million. I was joking.
Yeah.
So he put those credits in, and still people didn't realize that it was me when he was soliciting these beats until it was time for the LL session. Back in those days, you would have to bring all your equipment or rent all your equipment and like not redo it, but
reset up
everything. And so when Todd walked in, he was like, yo, what you doing here? I'm making your beat. What you think I'm doing here? He was like, wait, you did these records? And then his A&R, Eric Nix at the time, was like, these records are you? And I'm like, yeah. And then it started to circulate. And once it started to circulate, I dropped the K1. So I think up until I did Lloyd Banks On Fire.
On Fire.
That was probably my last K1, and then I just kept going after that.
So when you did Christina Aguilera, were you
Kwame?
And then when you did Will Smith, that switch.
Kwame.
And that was what was the biggest one? Was that the biggest? The
Will Smith record. Like I told the story before. The wild thing about Will Smith was kids do not do this, but I entered a publishing deal. I got a publishing deal with Universal.
You say don't enter a publishing deal?
Never.
Just one reason why not.
Because whatever they're giving you, they know you're going to get.
Okay.
They already know you're going to get it, so go get it. You just want it quicker. There's nothing you need to do now that you can't do tomorrow. If you're making all these records and they're offering you $2 million, you already made the $2 million. Wait the 9 months and get your $2 million.
Period. Yep.
Now, if you need somebody to help you administer it,
admin
do an admin deal, take
deal.
10% out of it and keep it pushing. So then you end up like me 35 years later, and somebody's making a decision on a record that I produced or that I made, and they're giving the okay because they own 50% of it and they have the right to do that. And now I got to go backwards and be like, yo, what's up? You know, even though I get what I'm owed, at the same time, I want to know what's going on. So it's about, you got to understand you're in the music business. Get your business together.
Okay.
You're not in the cars, girls, chains business. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people just don't get that. But to switch real quick, so it was a very interesting time in my life because I did this publishing deal with Universal, got a lot of money from them. And luckily I wasn't into the trickery. So I was like I wanted the money so I could do more music. You know what I'm saying? I was building a studio, doing all that kind of stuff. So I have this money. Right when I get the publishing deal, the Switch record comes. And Will was a mega movie star, but at that point, there were no records from Will doing anything in the marketplace. So the powers that be at the publishing company were like, maybe you should rethink doing this Will Smith record because it'll put a stain on your name. Because you're hot, you're bubbling right now. And maybe you should rethink that. And then I was like, nah, I think I want to do the record. Then they were like, maybe we should rethink your deal.
Oh.
And they wanted to rethink the whole entire deal and rethink the money that they were offering or that they were giving at the time. And I stuck to it, even to the point where I didn't even get my full fee as a producer for the Switch record. because I really wanted to make the record happen now.
Yeah.
So I turned in the beat. I wrote the hook. A brother named Kel Spencer wrote the verses.
Kel Spencer.
And that was the switch. And then Will came in and then rearranged, what was written, and he made it his own. And we made a record. We made several records, but we made that record. And then the record was a #1 record in 20 countries.
Wow.
It was
Olympics.
Yeah, the Olympics, the NBA Finals. There was all these weird sync licenses around the world. Like there was like one sync that paid so much money. It was like from Bausch and Lomb. Switch your contact lenses, and they played that. It was like something in Europe. All this stuff you see, he can perform it to this day in any stadium anywhere, and the people know it. And the record recouped my publishing deal immediately.
That
Wow.
one song, that one
Yeah.
single. Mm-hmm.
That's why they wanted me to reconsider the record.
They knew it.
Yeah, you like I said, they know what's going to happen before it happens. You're talking about the people that they're not putting the pieces on the game board. They're printing up the game board.
Yeah.
They're printing up the game. Let me ask you this, too. I'm going to let Tracy jump in, too, because you bring up the game board. My brother is an adamant collector, bro. Like, he collects everything. Toys.
Is he a collector or a hoarder?
Collector.
Okay. It's a thin line.
It's a difference.
Because I asked myself, what am I?
Yeah, no. I know you are, too.
Yeah.
Well, what are you? You're a hoarder or a collector? I mean, you got your.
No.
But he curates his collection. Like, he should insure his collection like people insure their art.
Yes, you should.
Right? You have a toy. You have a toy company? Or are you invested in toys?
So I'm a big toy and comic book collector. At the same time, I'm just a fan of that pop culture element. So on one end, it's a great company named Super 7. They're actually based in San Francisco, and they're known for making like hip hop toys. They make all types of pop culture toys, and they made a Kwame action figure, which I want to gift y'all too. I didn't know there was so many in the room, so I can send more if y'all want.
Okay, thank you.
So you got this Kwame action figure from
dope.
Super 7. This is yours. I'm gonna sign it to you.
Congratulations,
Absolutely.
Heather.
And this
Thank
is
you.
yours, Sway.
Thank you, Kwame.
But
Mine look better.
there's
It's the
Not a
same thing.
competition.
there's these Kwame, and then I see on the board right there. There's
Tracy.
Tracy put up this there's a bigger action figure. It's a company called What's Up Big Heads, and they made that action figure. And this all happened at once. And this is all happening without me asking for it to happen. I'm just getting calls like, "Hey, you want an action figure?" Like, yes, I do. Like, me having an action figure for me, the way I am as a collector, is probably greater than a Grammy. I could be honest with you on that. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
So then after that ended up me joining a collective called Let's Be Onyx, so LBO for short. And it's a collective of creative minds making toys for kids that look like us. You know, it's like you go on the shelves and you don't really see toys that look like us.
Yeah.
You may see like Falcon from Black Panther. You got them too. You know what I'm saying? But 2 out of every damn superhero. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we are trying to infuse hip hop culture, African American culture, African culture into the toy space. I know I'm on the radio and I'm about to show y'all a text.
Yeah.
But
Who's it from?
my sculptor that's in the company, his name is Okori Hanzo. So I'm gonna show you first, Sway.
You want me to read it?
Just push it,
Oh, just push it.
because this is getting made for you.
Snap. Oh my gosh.
This is getting made for you, and then we're gonna pass it over to Heather.
Oh, this is
man.
dope. What, Heather?
Because
It's
Sway
a
about to ask to get a toy made of him.
They already
Oh,
doing
it's
it.
coming.
They're
Both of
already
y'all.
doing it. Look.
I'm
Wow. Show Heather.
See, I didn't know. I just said it.
See, that's why I always stuck to he stuck to his guns, I stuck to mine.
Wow.
Look at it. And now the hat looks special. You can have different hats, limited version
Oh my gosh,
hats.
and I got a booty. I'm just happy because this is a real.
So shouts to
of color.
Corey Hanzo
Yes.
and the crew at LBO. We're making those now.
Tell Corey don't make my stomach and my butt match though. All right,
I'm
that's
done.
it. Okay. Thank you, Corey.
Not the BBL.
So
Yes.
these are a line of figures called Johns, because Corey's out of Philly.
Philly,
They
yeah.
always say John.
John.
So Johns is like a minimalist version, like a cartoon version of the people that they're making. So even with
That's dope.
with my new album, there's gonna be a bundle where you can get a vinyl and a Kwame John. And there's
Wow.
going to be and then there's going to be another bundle where there's a 1989 version of Kwame, 2025 version, so you get the double joint. It's so
Now, that's a round of applause. And
Yeah.
the album comes out this Friday.
yes, this Friday.
It's called The Different
The
Kids.
Different Kids.
Shout out to David Vonner. He's in that space too. I don't know
Yo,
if
Dave, you know Dave?
let me show you a text.
See, Dave is my brother. Dave is the one who kind of like pulled me into this game.
That's dope.
Read that. Want to read it to you? Just the bottom one.
The very bottom one, putting together something epic, brother, adding a new dimension for independent
Don't say
creators.
what it is though. Don't say
No,
what
no,
it-
no, no, no,
You know, yeah. So I've been David Vonner and my brother, the collector,
Yeah.
are really great friends.
Oh, dope. But can I speak on David Vonner for a second?
Please do.
The toy industry is a whole other thing, and I'm tripping that I'm literally in this industry. But you go to these things like San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con and C2E2 and Chicago and all these different places. And just imagine every toy creator there, right? Let's say it's 500 of them. 500 guys. Out of 500 guys, maybe 10 women. Maybe. Out of 500 guys,
Wow.
there's 10 women in there. They're all of the clearer complexions. And then there's David Vonner, the only African-American person there. The only one.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Out
know,
of 500?
I'm speaking generously. It's David Vonner. David is responsible for like a lot of the Marvel toys that people collect. He started at Marvel Comics, and he went to this company called Toy Biz, which turned into Hasbro. Then he went into Mattel, another company called Jack's Pacific. I'm real good friends with Dave. I know David's whole.
You know his story. We had him on the show.
Dave is and it's just Dave. It's so for somebody like me and a Corey and his wife LaWanda and our other partner Steve Ford and another partner Mike Polis, when our collective comes in, Dave don't have to be alone. Now it's Dave and us.
It's Dave and y'all. Dave saved Marvel films with those action figures.
Well, 100%.
Because Marvel was on the way down, and
Yeah.
it was the action figures that he was able to create to partner with the films.
Yes.
That raised a lot of money
Wow.
for them and created a whole. So yeah, it's a black man.
Yeah, and those are figures called Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
And anybody who collects knows that Marvel Legends is the top tier. Like, you collect Marvel Legends and you have some of the early ones, them things are worth money. And if you get the real, and I'm gonna get geek on y'all real quick. If you really get the first Marvel Legend War Machine, that's who Don Cheadle plays in the movie. That's Dave's face on the Marvel Legend War Machine. So if you want to know what Dave looks like.
There it is, man. Hey, man, we got Kwame here. I know we can't hold him.
Dropping gems.
I don't know what that noise is. What is that noise, John? Okay.
son.
All right. Tracy, you want to chime in? I don't want him to go without you being able to say hi. So.
Oh, thank you. Because
Okay.
Kwame, you are an extraordinary figure.
Thank
bruh.
you.
Yeah, and the fact that you have been able to master, I would say, every single lane that music can take an individual. Like Sway mentioned, all of these mega superstars that you've worked with, whether it's an LL, whether it's a Christina Aguilera, but then you were also able to conquer film as well. When you think about a drum line. You think about a step up.
Yeah.
And what I also appreciate from learning more
And a
about
Stump the Yard, which
And a Stump the Yard!
which we both collaborated on.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
that was in the movie. I
That's right.
want
Yeah,
people
that
to
was
know
my
that,
alley oop to you, Sway.
Thank
That was my
you.
swish.
I'm
You
sorry,
got it,
okay,
King.
Go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead, Queen.
All of it. And what I really appreciate as well from learning more about your story is, as much vision as you have, you're also still like malleable. You can adapt to what life throws at you, you know?
Yeah.
And it made me curious about in the studio, has there ever been like a quote unquote production mistake that turned into something special?
Almost
yes.
every time.
Huh? Can you give an
Like
example?
almost every time. Like, I don't believe in mistakes, so it's hard for me to say, okay, this was a mistake. But I think every single song. So let's take the rhythm. I'll use the rhythm as an
They got
example.
happy.
That's like
Yes.
from my first thing. The rhythm was done. Originally, it was done on Christmas morning, midnight. So when midnight Christmas comes in, and I had from Christmas morning to 8:00 in the morning to have studio time. It was the only time I could get and afford as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna make as many records as I possibly can in this 8 hours, which ended up being my first album.
Mm-hmm.
But the last song that I ended up doing was the rhythm, and I knew that I had like maybe an hour and a half left, and I'm just throwing things together. I knew what I wanted in my head, but it didn't come out, not necessarily come out the way I wanted it to come out, the way I saw it in my head, but you know, the way the beat was dropping, the way things were happening, I couldn't fix it. But it ended up, no one knows that it was something that wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
I couldn't, and I accepted the way it felt, because once it fell in place, I was like, well, I like this better. And that's how I take all my mistakes. Like when it happens, I treat mistakes like a scene in a movie. You don't know what the next scene is, but when you hit in the next scene, how does the character react?
Yeah.
How does it, and they just go into it. Like Indiana Jones is walking down the block, and next thing you know, a big giant ball is chasing him, and that's a whole nother scene. And that's just how I approach the mistake. So even in the studio, there's been times I've been in the studio, and I don't know if you want to call it a mistake, but there's like, I'm never going to blow the artist up, but there was an artist, we get to the studio on a Tuesday, 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I go there, I lay the beat down. The artist is supposed to show up by 1. There's a rapper on the song. The rapper shows up. They knock their verse out by 3. The artist still doesn't show up. Now it's 6 p.m. We're just sitting around waiting on the artist. 8 p.m. rolls around. So I'm there from 11. 8 p.m. rolls around. Here comes the artist. Hi, guys. And they walk in, and they
Hi, guys.
and then they knock out a hook, and after they finish the hook, mind you, they gotta do a whole song.
Yeah.
They finish the hook and they go, I gotta go somewhere, I'll be back. So now it's like they knock the hook out quick. So they're from 8 to say 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
They knock it out. They disappear. Now it's midnight. Now it's 1 in the morning. And they come back with some guy they met. Hi, guys, I'm back. Here we go. And then they do the first verse. And then she's giving the dude Google eyes, and then they disappear.
Wow.
They come back 6 in the morning. She knocks out the next verse. Then it's like, I need to take a nap. Takes a nap. 8:30 in the morning, finishes the hook. I literally walk out of that studio Wednesday at 11 o'clock.
24 hours.
Exact 24 hours. The day was the same.
Uh-huh.
Everything was the same. And you just gotta roll with it. Let the record
Was that
happen.
a hit? Did it turn out to be a hit?
No.
Okay.
It was all right record, but it wasn't. I don't think it was It didn't.
Okay. Man, these are great stories. You got to come back. Give
For
Kwame a
real.
round of applause. We didn't even touch on all that stuff. Give him a round of applause.
Album out Friday.
An album out Friday,
the
The
Different
Different
Kids.
Kids. Hey, homie, I cannot let him go. I cannot let Kwame. Kwame is an elite lyricist.
Oh no.
He's a highly skilled MC.
So are you.
Oh, thank you, Kwame.
So is Heather.
Nobody's ever said that to me. Thank you.
I'm definitely not telling them.
Come on. Thank you, Kwame.
Did you stand up for your own prop?
I gave myself a clap, man.
Wow.
Kwame is the first person to ever say that came on this.
Guys don't know.
Too Short that said that too.
No, he's from the Bay. That don't count.
Now you do count, but I ain't gonna just say that shit to you. Yo, honestly, thank you for your continued contribution.
Yes.
You keep me motivated. You keep me inspired. You know I lurk you on your Instagram all the time.
Thank you.
I love when you do your verses, and when you do bars, when you're in your spaces, and you showing us your life and showing us your world, and you sustain to be yourself through it all, man. This is just an exhibition right now. This I would love for people to hear you rap, bro. If that's okay.
I would love to hear me rap.
Okay. Yo, well, welcome to the Valley of the Hyenas. John, drop a beat on him.
John got
I snap on them like Slim Jims and thin rims. I black on them like melanin and skin bin. Crack on all these tracks. I rhyme tighter, shine brighter, never blend in. I'm a standout, you a stand in. Gentlemen, start your engines. I'm 10 laps ahead and embedded in basics. Through the matrix, push Nebuchadnezzar past the fake shit. Wake it as I break it. Then Kwame's on this track, sway. How this sound? I got fire in my veins, not acquired by the fame. Some just trying to buy a chain, others trying to buy a plane. I'm just trying to get a lane so I can skate past fast, ascertain ways to master game, shatter things, reassemble, stack, reenact chains. But y'all acting strange, rather plain. I'm animated, scatterbrain. Thank you for hearing me chatter, yo. I'm glad I came, but I got Pinot Grigio flows ever since I was the PZO fro, sitting words, sitting on PZO, dancing on the beat like a PZO close. Most won't catch that. Tend to over rap, spat bonkers, double entendres while sitting on your Aunt Sandra's fat lap at my first birthday party. Rhymes got girth, they hardy, barn Yankee, but me baseline yardy. Human, hardly, godly, pardon me. I'm about to spit harm bodily. Quantity never outweigh the quality. We can coexist, but there's no equality. Though maybe, kinda, sorta, could be's a probably. Nope, I ain't your friend. More like I'm fatherly. Alien genealogy. Aries is the astrology. Love when she gobbles these open wide swallows. Me apologies, my mind can run afoul on these streets. These beasts defy superstition, religion, or technology. All the game, all the same. Colony, peep my ideology. Time that y'all acknowledge me. Kwame Vision IG. Follow me.
Hey! Let's go.
I'm just playing around.
We got a hyena up in here. Come on, man.
Wow.
Yo.
I'm just playing.
Man, the way you pick apart the pocket, brother. Nobody
Dope.
picking the pocket. You, Pharaoh Monch, G-Rap. It ain't nobody who picked the pocket apart like you do.
Yeah,
Man.
me and Pharaoh went to high school together. We in the lunchroom every day. Me, Pharaoh, who's in our high school?
Prodigy,
Sticky
Fingers.
Yeah, we all.
You and Pharaoh used to
Prince
rap in
Poe.
the lunchroom. Prince
Pharaoh
Poe?
was the beatbox. Pharaoh was a monster beatbox. Me, Pharaoh, Percy P. If anybody knows
Percy P. Come
Yeah,
on,
we all in the lunchroom together. That's my lineage.
Oh my gosh, man! Hey, bro.
You
And
gotta
you
come
can't
back
Cool Kim from UMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blue cheese.
I don't know.
He got to come back.
He got to come back and co-host do something. Garage
Yeah,
series.
Garage series.
Something.
And you out.
Yeah, I'm out here in sunny LA.
If I haven't told you, I love you.
Thank you, brother.
Love
For
you,
real.
brother. Thank
Love you,
you,
Kwame.
man.
For real.
Thank
Love.
you.
New album,
Love,
The
love.
Different Kids, man. Make sure y'all get it this Friday. I know Lord Sear is coming up next. Lord Sear, thank you. Today we got our Garage series. Get ready for that. Tonight.
At 5 p.m. Eastern.
Genevieve. West Coast. You here now.
8 p.m.
Okay, Eastern. All right. Genevieve, Jane Hancock, and Eric Bellinger.
Oh, dope.
This is going to be dope. If you want to come back and hang out, you're more than welcome.
No, Jane's manager hit me. They told me about it. I wish I could, but I can't. I wish I could.
Okay,
Damn.
well, next time, man. Kwame,
Yes.
thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Y'all get the album, The Different Kids.
Different Kids, Friday, August 29th.
All right.
Get it.
And follow him at Kwame Vision. The album is dope. I've heard it. I called him and started talking about lyrics and songs in it. So make sure
Yeah,
you
man.
check it out for yourself.